I'm the poet Amin. The poetry reading came about back in '09 in October. I used to do readings in New London, Norwich back in '05, and I came back to New Britain in '08. And a friend of mine, kid I grew up with, Cornell Johnson, I remember one day he had asked me, "Yo T, what's up? Why you walk with your head down?" And I told him the reason why, because I used to do poetry readings in New London, Norwich. Now I'm in New Britain, the cemetery, where there's nothing to do, and it ain't no poetry readings out here, and so forth. And I remember him saying, "Man, start your own reading out here, man. There's writers out here. You know, this is what you do." So I couldn't see it at the time because I was in darkness. But about a year after that, I surrendered to the darkness, stepped into the light, and started doing my poetry readings again in Middletown. I used to go to the Buttonwood Tree. I just got tired of going up there to do open mic, and I said I'm going to start my own reading here in New Britain. And I did. I went to the New Britain Public Library. I met Linda McNair and asked her, "Can we do this reading?" And she said, "Yes, we can do this reading." And which was in October. Well, actually, that was in September. We started it in October, and we've been reading every first Saturday of the month. Oh, I started creating poetry back in 1983. I'm a product of the hip-hop culture. Hip-hop was, real big. Sugar Hill Grain, Grandmaster Flash, and my brother Ace used to MC, and he went down to stay with his father in D.C. I remember Snoop, he left things behind. I remember going through his drawers, and I found a stack of rhymes written neatly, and from that, immediately, I wanted to be a writer, and with that, led me to my other brother house, Roselle, basement. And my poetry journey began right there. I've been creating poetry ever since. I used to have friends, childhood friends, we called ourselves the SRP crew, who wrote my rhymes for me because I didn't know how to read and write. But the thoughts and creation was mine. In the process of that, I continued creating, and years later, I taught myself how to read and write. Now I write my own rhymes and my own poems and so forth. Always been a creator. Always been a creator. Oh, my inspiration comes from everything. TV, books, talking to other people, Mother Nature itself, the beauty of all four seasons, man. My inspiration just comes naturally to me. The way I go about creating a poem, I come up with a title first, and then I start designing in my mind the poem itself, and I paint a picture with words. The inspiration is humongous. Oh man, the inspiration is everywhere for me when it comes to poetry. It can be any topic or situation that can inspire me to pick up the pen and put the thoughts down on paper. I wanted to reach out to my man Cornell. I was going to surprise him and let him know, yeah, I got a poetry reading going on. But he was murdered, so I never got to tell him. So what I did was create these, me and other poet friends started these poetry books. We did these books. These are chat books. Hard Hittin Poetry, Volume 1, 2, and 3. In memory of Cornell Johnson. Because, I just felt that was the right thing to do.